All right, the dad cold versus the mom cold. Who gets it worse? I'll tell you this. In our household, the mom has it worse. What does that mean? Yeah, I think you're a little more dramatic with your colds. People technically seem to say that dads are more dramatic and the man cold is a real thing. But in our household, I'm going to work. I'm still getting up early. Sometimes a little help from a humidifier. But you're the one that milks it. That makes it seem worse than it is.
I wouldn't say I'm milking it. I just really feel my colds and my emotions that come with being sick.
That doesn't.
And I make it an emotional experience as well as a physical experience. So I may side or err on the side of dramatism, if that's even a word.
Yeah, we'll accept it.
But no, I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm the youngest of 12 kids and I like to be babied and I'm attention seeking and all of that. But when I get sick, I want all the affection, all the attention, all the love, all the sympathy. I want you rubbing my feet. I want you bringing me a cold. Really?
I do have cold right now, but I still keep on going, doing the podcast.
I think we need to start this humidifier in a minute.
Yeah.
To help that cough of yours.
Well, what do you actually do aside from
Okay.
wanting the sympathy, Luce? What's your tricks to treating?
Well, okay, as a mom, my MO is the second the kids cough, the second a sniffle, like the same handful of products, I bust out like immediately because it's like if you can prevent it, if you can get that like 12-hour bug in and out and like catch it on its up before it's like hit full blown. And some of the things I like to do is first and foremost, I grab my humidifiers, and I know this is a Crane USA sponsored episode, but I honestly, to goodness, I have 3 Crane humidifiers in my house, and as soon as someone starts getting sick, if it's dry outside, we have a lot of fires here. If the allergy season picks up, the Santa Anas, I grab my 3 humidifiers. I put them in the kids' room. I put them in our room. And I put it in the living room, TV room where most of us are. Just like moisture, get that like humidity back into the house because, you know, humidifiers have been proven to help with allergies and asthmas, help with snoring, help prevent, you know, the flu, help prevent, you know, cold season, or at least give a minor version of it. So humidifiers, number 1, Crane humidifier specifically. And this particular Crane humidifier
This beauty right here.
That's sitting right here on the table.
Oh, yeah.
It is a top fill ultrasonic humidifier. It's one of Crane's newer humidifiers. And what's great about this is here, do you want to take off the top? It's super easy to clean. I don't know about you guys, but in the past, sometimes people struggle with like the cleaning element of cleaning out the humidifiers as it comes and goes. This particular one's super easy. It's a top fill humidifier, as well as you're able to put essential oils in it, which that's another thing I use, honestly. Your sister sells essential oils, and there's a couple like go-to essential oils that are like, they like, you know, help prevent the flu and help prevent sickness and kind of on guard, fight off some of those germs and stuff. So I get my essential oils out. I get my humidifier out. If it's allergies and actually flu season too, I do the air purifier, which Crane also makes great air purifiers. I'm shamelessly plugging you, Crane, but I actually truly, as a mom, I use this product all the time. So I am a huge, huge fan of Crane USA and all of their products. So
it helps.
Humidifiers,
Yep,
air
helps.
purifiers, essential oils, you know, Vicks on the feet with the socks. I like to do that, especially if there's a cough involved. The brat diet, banana. Do you know what the brat diet is?
Banana, rice, apple toast.
Good job.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I gotcha.
Okay, so what's your regimen?
Yeah.
Dad-
I mean,
Dad
I'm just going with this, and I'm going get a little rest and carry on.
Yeah. Well,
Dad's got to keep on moving, got to keep on grooving.
but wouldn't you agree that in the majority, dads dad colds tend to
Well,
be more.
we have a caller. We're calling our friends a little bit, so I'm going to see if they. I know a couple. I don't know. I think moms. From what I know, it's women that exaggerate colds more than men.
Oh.
So that's what I know.
You
so
don't
I don't
know
believe
women.
in the whole dad cold myth. The other thing we're talking about, since it's the holiday season, is we're talking about Christmas tree, fake or real.
Oh.
And we've got to call our friends right now and get into that, and then we'll find out which one of them is more dramatic with their colds as well. So let's call up our friends Josh and Ginny right now. Lucy's
Hi,
here too.
Josh. What's
Hey,
going
guys.
on? I got all my
Not much.
Christmas decorations up.
Girl, I am so jealous.
Hi, Ginny.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good.
I had a good chuckle. I had a good chuckle as I decorated all my ornaments on my tree this weekend, thinking of your household and how that would go over mid-November.
Is this really happen? Did you really do this,
Oh.
or is this?
She did.
Oh, legit.
You did it?
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'll send photos.
Oh, it's all in. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything except for the outdoor lights. I asked, but again, I know we had you guys on a couple episodes ago. I don't mind. I like it. I wake up with the kids every morning. We're just looking at the Christmas tree for an hour. You can't beat that. That's the start. That's the start of the morning.
Why
Yeah,
not
you
add
cannot
it like
beat that.
6 months out of the year, right?
Yeah.
I'm all in. Especially because it's fake, so it'll last.
Yes.
know?
Yeah. So we're talking two big topics today, right? We're surprising you with one, but the other one, I think you know what we're talking about. So we're doing the real fake Christmas tree, but first we're going to dig into man cold versus woman cold, dad cold versus mom cold. Who's
cold.
more dramatic in your household? I know dads typically get a bad rap for this. I know in our house, it's the opposite. Lucy will admit it. Mom dramatic. Dad just wakes up, keeps on working even when he has a cold. What about you guys?
So this is actually very, very timely. So Josh had friends in town this weekend, and suddenly on Monday his throat hurts so bad, and he's so sick because he's about to come down with something really, really, really bad, and he needs to go to bed early and can't put the kids to sleep, and he's just so tired because he's sick. Not that his friends were in town, right?
No, not because he has the Irish flu at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Thank you, Lucy. That's exactly the.
So to answer your question in short, Josh and I always joke around because we joke around about like who has it worse, and he definitely always takes the cake because he over exaggerates his illnesses.
Okay, so everything Ginny just said is actually about her and
Not
me.
true. Not
Not
true.
me.
Not true. Not true.
She basically went to a confessional right there about herself.
Absolutely false. Absolutely false.
Ginny's whole thing is that if I just mention in passing, I have a headache.
Okay.
Oh man, I got a headache. She's like, oh yeah, I've had a headache for 4 days.
No. Just before you guys called, I bit the side of my mouth, and I was like, "Oh man, I have a cut on the inside of my mouth." Josh is like, "Yeah, I have one too. I bet mine's worse." I mean,
Okay, no, time out. If I was to say I bit the inside of my mouth, you'd be like, "Oh, I pulled my own tooth out earlier."
Yeah.
oh god,
It's a one-upper when it comes to injury or sickness in your household, basically.
Yeah, absolutely, all the time. And then when the kids get the flu, Josh immediately quarantines himself because he thinks that if he gets it, he'll be out. That should be a telling sign, right?
Right.
He's like, "Oh, if I get this, I'm going to be sick for a whole week."
Right.
So I get to be the one who, holds their hair and all that stuff.
As they
but,
vomit. Yeah.
Yeah. But if Josh gets it, he'll be out for a whole week, maybe a month.
That's fun. Well, we don't really one up each other, but I think you've heard us talk about this before. With Lucy, it's if I have anything's going wrong, she's like, "But did you have a baby?"
Well,
No, I didn't. But I do have a broken leg right here, and it'd be good to go to the hospital.
no, you don't.
If you would help
I
me.
do have an arrow through my leg. So,
No, you know what? If he had an arrow through his leg, I would feel for him. We are talking about circumstances where he stubbed his toe, a bee stung his ear. Like, these are the things that...
Broken wrist while roller skating for a video shoot.
Yeah, very little, very...
roller skating.
Roller skating. This was like the intro video of Life of Dad 10 years ago.
Yeah.
While...
Dad's on skates.
Was I pregnant
wait,
with
did you use
Brenda?
the tape where
Or
you
was-
fell over?
We have video footage of it somewhere, but it was
Of the fall.
Yeah, of the fall. Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
yeah.
We were doing. Oh, that's what we were doing. The Real House Dads of Orange County, of course. And we were this group of guys that were down there skating, and fell and broke my wrist. But you know,
And then he
Sorry.
came home and he's like, I broke my wrist. And I'm like, I gave birth to your child. I think I get to use that on you. And I get to use that card whenever I feel
that one was fair.
fit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes.
But
yes.
that's injuries. That's very different from sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, sickness. I mean, Josh. Again, I think it's very telling that when our children get sick, he immediately quarantines himself out of fear that if he were to receive it, he would. Yes, it would be lasting. It would be. He probably wouldn't get over it.
It's back in like with Chicago when they shut down the roads.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
everything would just fall to a standstill.
Chances are there would be a hospital stay involved.
Well, here's the other thing, because Ginny is also pregnant right now. No matter what I say,
No,
no matter what,
She gets to
no
hold
matter
that card.
what happens.
Yeah.
Yes.
She gets.
Yeah.
So I guess what we're hearing here is, Tom, that we've never felt real pain, and we never will.
This
What?
is all true.
And
you
we
felt
should never say a word.
minuscule pain. Like your pain has been on a minuscule basis versus our bodies morphing into creating another human within, and then somehow being able to purge it out of us and morph back. I mean, I think that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no. Great.
Mic drop.
Great description, Luz.
So the cold scenario though, Josh definitely takes the cake. The only one who's worse than him in this household is our daughter, who has a never-ending. I think it's like a nervous tick at this point in time. But Josh's man cold is always 100 times worse than whatever anyone else had.
Oh.
And then Catherine.
Yeah, I think if you put the question out there, more than not, most people are going to say the dad. The dad cold is more dramatic. I think I'm the rarity. Like
You think so?
I
Yeah.
am definitely more dramatic. I want to be babied and pampered and sympathized and fawned over.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Who
whereas I
brought
would,
you in bed?
Oh, all of it. Yes.
I would rather take all the sickness to myself. Like I would like to take it away from Lucy and from the kids and have it all within me. Then there's no complaint. It's just easier. I'll be sick for all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, St. Thomas of Riles.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I was going to say the martyr.
What
Yeah,
a martyr.
give me all the cold. I will take it. I will do all the coughing loose. I will do all the nose blowing. I don't want you to suffer.
That was the end of The Exorcist, when he takes the demon from her and then jumps out the window.
Yes.
So that's Tom.
Yeah,
Go for it.
that's me. Yeah.
Wow.
Martyr Tom. I mean, his life will not be in vain. We will all benefit from.
I will take I'll take their colds too. I'll take your colds, Josh. Josh, I'll take your colds.
Oh, so sweet.
I don't know if you can handle Josh's cold.
Yeah, that's true.
You would never be able to handle it.
I have not had one that severe, so you're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with it. I barely take it.
Yeah. And it lasts 10 days.
I love the last, and it lasts 10 days.
Yeah.
Okay, so transitioning from man cold versus, or mom cold, man cold, whatever it is. Man cold, dad cold versus mom cold. Now we're talking, it is the holiday season officially, whether you like it or not, Josh. And it is mid-November. I don't own Thanksgiving decorations, so my house is a level 10 of Christmas spirit. We are emerged into the Christmas spirit at the moment. And the only benefit, because I am totally team real tree, but I find the only benefit since converting to a fake tree over the last couple of years is I get to celebrate Christmas for 2 months versus 2 weeks with the Christmas tree. And that's the only benefit. But then I have to buy like essential oils that smell like real pine because I need that smell. So, but for everyone else in this world, if you can have a real tree, I say real tree all the way, even though we don't own one. That is, I got a St. Bernard, he got his fake tree. You know, it's compromised, right?
So if you were to have a real tree right now,
I'd have to get.
No, you'd have to buy one for November and then one for
Exactly.
December, which sounds like that's where we're heading.
I would have to.
This
set one up.
hedonistic whole
Yes.
Christmas thing. Yeah.
I just want to know if Duke would try to bring it out to the yard.
That's another thing. It doesn't smell like anything.
He would actually probably eat the whole tree.
It's
yeah.
just dry.
Or it's in there so long he just starts whizzing on it.
Yeah, right? No, I know, because the last time, he's only one, and the last time it was Christmas time, he was like a month old. So
yeah. He doesn't love many things more than a good branch, a good stick. So,
yeah. So if
he would love that thing.
we could test it out. Let's go get a real tree. We got our 2 fake trees. We'll add a real. We'll see how it works. Tom is shaking his head right now.
You're making me nervous, and we have to go buy more lights too, guys. This is very.
So, Tom, I texted you this, but I think it was the week after.
It was the day after Thanksgiving.
It was the day after Halloween. It was the weekend, and I had to physically stop my wife and kid from bringing in everything and setting up Christmas. There were still Halloween there's still like a pumpkin that's left out there.
Yeah, wait. So you guys will love it because Josh is such a Grinch. Lucy,
yeah, that was my name all weekend.
Yeah,
Grinch.
yeah.
I prefer hero.
Yeah, not hero. So we did the exact opposite that you did. So we just decorated the whole outside of the house because Josh didn't come outside. So my neighbors think I'm crazy, but there is a full-on picture of like snowmen and lights and pumpkins still on our porch. But it was just like during the transition phase, right? We were waiting till
so you kept the pumpkins as kind of like we're gonna weed you back into Christmas.
Exactly, Christmas, and then my our 4-year-old did go to school and tell his teachers that his dad was the Grinch, because we were calling him that all weekend long. So
that's Tommy's favorite Christmas character. That and Kevin McAllister and the Grinch. Right,
I love
Tom?
Christmas, but I do love the Grinch. I love a good Grinch. Yeah.
Okay, so Ginny and Josh, fake tree or real tree, and your reasoning behind it. I know we kind of scratched on it in a previous episode, but this is the actual episode we're going to ask the question to everybody. Hey, what do you prefer, real or fake, and why?
I prefer real, but
why?
Why do I prefer? Because I like it better because it seems more. I actually enjoy the hassle of the whole thing because then it's like this short little 2 to 3 week thing, and it smells good, and it's usually imperfect, and it's a huge pain, but then it's over with. With the
that's why.
Okay, fine.
There's a Grinch element to it.
Didn't sound like you preferred any tree during that description.
Exactly.
I would rather have the real tree, but the fake tree.
Okay, you can't place the argument on both sides. Right. It's real tree or fake tree. That's what Lucy asked.
I want the real tree, but I'm never going to get it.
You're not in this house.
No.
You can have your own house.
Everyone wins over the fake tree. Anyone who's pro fake tree ends up winning the fake tree argument.
What? It makes
real
all the sense.
People have suspended all hope. We know we can never win.
This is the reason why you always win, right? You don't store your fireworks next to your heater, right? So, like, why would you bring something into your house that's combustible and potentially going to burn your whole house down? Oh. Number one, I have a deep fear of our house being on fire. And then number two, fake trees are just cleaner, they're easier, and they last longer. And mine comes pre-lit.
But you just
with multiple
made a negative argument against
real trees.
And I wasn't allowed to do this for.
You were going to say, but that you agree with fake trees because they're cleaner and they're easier.
I feel a cold coming on.
I know. Over from the weekend. Yeah. The carryover from the weekend.
That's the Irish flu. That's several.
Exactly.
The Irish flu, when you bring a bunch of Southside Chicago people together, the Irish flu carries over for several days.
Yes.
You got a bit of the Irish flu, right, Tom? You were.
I was just in Chicago this past weekend.
He was there for like 24
hours. With the Irish flu, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. It does that. It happens.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what happens.
contagious.
Yes.
It's contagious.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I think yeah, well,
I'll go.
you,
I'll go
you
real quick, just as a reminder. Yeah, no, I am all team fake tree. Grew up with fake trees. I went to the dark side for a little while. Once I moved out here, I had a couple roommates that like real trees, so we had to do the whole deal and go to the lot and buy a tree, which
And
was
we
the whole
had
process was pretty
Wasn't that
annoying.
great?
Actually,
It's a whole thing. It's an event.
Yeah.
yeah.
we had
It's
you
fun.
and I had
It's-
a real tree until
I know,
like
yeah.
2 or 3 years ago.
I know. We'll get there. Yeah.
Oh.
So I was doing it with a couple roommates, and then we met and we fell in love, and we got the real tree every single time, and it was fine. But we always kept it too long, and it always fell apart in the living room, and then it was so messy, and you
Okay,
know, and then you have to
but that
plan.
was before you guys. That was before you guys had kids. Now that you have kids, you can be like another event. Everybody gets in the car. We go drive out
Yeah.
to Lompoc or whatever.
No one wants to
And
do
we
Is
cut-
that
cut
but is
down
that fun
trees.
for your family, for everyone to get in the car and go to a? When our kids were young,
I
they
would be
were
down for
pretty
that.
stressful. The kids were jumping over the trees and running around the whole place, and
This is
and it
coming.
wasn't a fancy place. We're at Home Depot in their parking lot,
This
picking out a
Well,
tree.
I also got to teach my kids how to use a saw, power tools. Like this is the whole
Absolutely.
thing.
No.
yeah.
Josh doesn't. You guys.
We can use
Okay,
the
we can.
Sawzall.
This can be a to be continued conversation. But the person who owns the power tools in this house is me, not
Heyo.
you. So
Watch
like.
You don't own the Sawzall though. That was mine.
Okay,
And that's what
fine,
we need.
fine. But
I had a
again.
great Milwaukee.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I love that you have split up dual ownership in your power tool department.
It was just everything's divided right now, Lucy.
Nice. Well, Tom talks about the hassle, quote unquote. Yet this is coming from a man who's about to embark on a 20-hour road trip to Texas,
Oh yeah.
only to turn around and drive 20 hours back after 48 hours of being in actual. If we can even make it there. And
There's a real tree person inside of you, deep inside there,
Thank
like the
you.
Grinch.
That
It needs to be
is-
bust open.
that inner Grinch in
Once
you.
you,
Absolutely,
Yeah,
Josh. Because
yeah,
that is
this
a
in you.
slow. That road trip is going to have its hassle. There's going
Well-
to be some Grinch coming out
And
from
listen,
both of us.
and I'm happy to be going on the road trip. It was definitely more your idea than my idea. So you're the real tree, big adventure.
but I'm-
Take a 20-hour car ride, get a tree, bring it back on the roof, tie it on.
Absolutely. Bring
feel
it
like
on.
I feel that
I just
this
want to
would
watch
be an
football.
adventure where I would not be interested in attending said adventure. I'd rather just go to my garage and pull out my
Oh,
fake
it's
tree
the
and
best.
put it up
We
on a
brought the
random
box.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah.
feel like people who grow up with fake trees do not have as nostalgic and sense memory.
Their
and that-
Christmases are worse than ours.
Yeah,
Yes, you're
their
right.
childhood Christmas memories do not involve the
They're a
Charlie-
sham.
Yeah.
They're not real.
Like having to pick up, having to come home from school and you got to put water back in the tree bin because the dogs ate all the water out of it or drank all the
Or
water.
it fell, or you know what? It fell over. You got to pick the
Yeah.
whole thing up again.
There's a
Anything-
risk.
Anything can happen.
There's a risk
Yeah.
of that, and Jen, there might be a risk of fire, but that's something you know that
That's
is.
why you have insurance. I don't see what's wrong here. There's an answer for all of it.
That is part of the childhood nostalgia. Oh, the light bulbs are starting to get really hot. Maybe we should turn the tree off.
Oh yeah.
But those are all my
Well,
Fondness.
we gave our kids, you don't even understand how excited the kids were just 3 or 4 days ago when I brought 2 large boxes into the living room. And they woke up that day and they said, "Dad, are those the tree boxes?" And they were over the moon with excitement. And then they got the next
Exactly.
level of excitement when they were actually building the tree, and now they're up and we just stare at the tree every morning for an hour
yeah.
throughout November.
I'm raising my children without any grit. It kills my soul a little bit. That's what they're gonna remember as a child, and not like the adventure of the real. We're bringing back the real tree. Forget it. We're going back.
Yeah.
Never.
We're going back. I gotta do it.
We are so
Yes.
we're on
That was
the
a
right
real
path already.
time. That was a real time change of opinion.
That was
happened.
real time.
You should mark the time down or something. And just put a little red mark.
8:37.
Like,
Yes.
I love I feel like you guys, because your back patio, I feel like maybe you could have the real tree out there. Maybe.
Oh, coming
I
from
could
a
bring you a
fake
little
tree
Yeah,
advocate.
fire
Look at
season.
that.
Good
But
idea.
that's because
Yeah.
it's outside. That's because it's outside. So like all the mess, and if it falls over, it falls over.
Right.
And if
You know,
the dog,
that's actually,
takes
that
it,
makes
the
a
dog
good
takes
compromise. If you live in California or like Texas or Florida or something, you could just put something outside, like have a real one outside, and then your soulless plastic one inside.
The soulless, exactly. It is. There's no soul.
Like, oh,
in there.
that one's just for decoration. The real one's outside, over the pool.
I mean,
But I
you
feel-
laughed of soulless, but trees have a soul, and fake trees do not carry a soul. So Josh is in fact right on the soulless tree aspect of it.
I mean, mine was definitely made in China and comes pre-wired with 3 light settings, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm totally okay with that because it's not messy and it's not going to fall over.
So,
on me
based on your mood, do you change the light settings?
The kids get it every time, and they
Yeah.
put it on that the
the
rainbow white
ones.
trash.
Yeah,
one,
Josh calls it. Stop it.
They choose the blinking
They choose it.
rainbow one, which is the worst.
They asked me last year if they could hook it up to
Sounds like-
music, so it like makes it goes with the music, and I was like, I don't. That's so advanced. Maybe
Right.
maybe next year, but. Yeah, they love it. They love it. So
I mean, what's to stop them to put, some speaker in these trees and really just make it horrible?
Right.
I mean,
they could.
why
That's a
not?
great
Yeah,
idea.
There's one already
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah,
So-
you're gonna give an
That's
idea.
an amazing
that sounds
idea.
awesome.
there's something on Sky Mall that I already had, really ruined Christmas with this.
Yeah.
Josh, do
No.
not feed these fake tree loving minds with those more horrible ideas to.
Never gonna
Lucy,
get
if
that
you
in
don't
a real
think that
tree.
they're 5 years ahead of us on all this stuff,
Oh, for sure.
they are. There's some corporate lackey out right now that's like, oh yeah, we already got 3 makeups for that. What are you kidding?
Yeah,
Like-
without a doubt. They'll be like 3D Christmas trees where it's literally.
Exactly.
We could add the essential oils to a Christmas tree. So what are those things called where you add
diffuser?
a diffuser
no.
to a tree?
And this humidifier
Yeah,
is humidifier / diffuser because you guys, this is our very first sponsored podcast. And it's coming to us from Crane USA Humidifiers. They make the most amazing humidifiers, purifiers, all that. But this new humidifier they brought out has the option of dropping in essential oils so you can humidify the dryness of a real tree and drop tree smelling essential oils in there and Christmas.
So again, fake tree wins. That's
we
now
set
that we have.
you guys
I think
up
I
for
just
that.
I think I just dug myself a hole. Never
It's a
mind.
wonderful hole.
We use Crane.
Beautiful smelling hole.
We use
Perfectly
Crane.
humidified.
We use Crane actually for all of our. So every baby that we had, we used the Crane humidifiers. And when the last Christmas tree that we had, I put Catherine's humidifier under the Christmas tree because it kept the Crane one. It was a super cute, it was like a little animal design.
The
Crane will do.
adorables. Yeah. We have the fox. No, they make the cutest adorables.
Cutest. It was a frog, and I put it underneath the Christmas tree because we were in Chicago and it was freezing, and so there was no humidity in the air. And I was like, this poor tree.
Oh.
So again, I can't keep alive plants alive, let alone keeping a dead plant.
So this was a real
able
tree
to survive.
At where? At your parents or somewhere in?
No. When we lived in Chicago,
Oh,
it was Catherine's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's cute.
It was Catherine's first Christmas, and the Crane humidifier was under the Christmas tree because it was so cold, so there was no humidity in the air.
I love that you felt sorry for the tree. That means
so again, I have a soul.
you do have a soul. Yet you have potential of going back to the.
Let them
real.
live.
Yeah.
No, you want to let the tree.
It was just too much work, honestly.
Yeah. Well, and I feel
Ginny's also made it a lot of work. She was always worrying about this thing. You just keep pouring water in it. I mean, it's going to be dead in 3 weeks, just whatever.
It's like nurturing another child. She really committed to it, which is admirable.
Exactly.
It's
She was
admirable.
acting like we had the seed for the last redwood tree on Earth, and we had to keep it alive for prosperity. And You
I
know,
love it. Well, God bless. God bless all trees.
Exactly.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for joining us again. You guys are the best. We hope to see you before, before Christmas.
Yeah, we got
Absolutely.
we got to keep
when
having
you guys
you
get
on.
back from your road trip. Yes.
Oh my
absolutely.
gosh! I told Tommy. I said if it all falls apart, at least we'll have content. So
That's right.
we'll have
But in the end, that's all that matters.
right.
You know?
We'll have a good story for you to write your next big script with, Josh. Some like National
Oh, there you
Lampoon's
go.
Riles road
like
trip.
a road trip kind of thing. Those
Yes.
are
I love
How
it.
everything can go wrong. Absolutely.
fun. How you had to drive all the way to Texas to get a real Christmas tree.
Yeah. And then drive it back. Absolutely. I like how you type that all in. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank
you. You guys drive safe and have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks.
Thanks again.
Happy
Talk to you later.
Thanksgiving, guys.
Bye.
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 See you guys.
All right, so there it is, our first sponsored show brought to you by Crane. Thank you so much to Crane. Anything we want to say, babe?
Well, definitely follow Crane USA on all their social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. If you're not familiar with Crane, the name, I guarantee you've seen the Crane humidifiers. They're those amazing really clean, sleek-looking humidifiers. They make the adorables like Ginny and I were just talking about, which make really fun, like baby shower gifts. And the kids love it while also getting humidity and having a healthier environment inside the home with like a sleek and stylish design. And I have to give a huge shout out to this top fill ultrasonic humidifier because it is brand new. It is super easy to clean. And I know with humidifiers in the past, a lot of people, that's their biggest complaint is I don't know how to clean this, yada yada. This one makes it super easy to clean. You can drop essential oils into it if you want, or just use it as your plain old humidifier. But thank you, Crane USA. We're so, as moms and dads, we personally use your products all the time, and we absolutely love it. A few months back, all the California fires were happening, and Tom and I had like an air purifier from Crane in like 2 and 3 different rooms at all different times because we got like seeped with all that smoke for several days. And no, we just and we were using the humidifiers because we needed moisture in the house. But anyways, thank you, Crane. We are big fans of you, and thank you for supporting us here on the Mom vs. Dad podcast.
Totally. Thanks for listening, everyone. Go to the Mom vs. Dad show Instagram page where you can vote about real tree, fake tree, and also who has it worse, mom colds or dad colds. Thanks again to Crane, and we'll see you next time on the show.
Bye.